So I have a lot of places in my life that maybe had a special moment or something meaningful happened, and that place is kind of forever.
Hmm.
In your heart. Every time you go, it's special. You can relive moments or cool things that happened. Uh, so not necessarily just the Zen Garden, but tell me about like Soberman's in general when you come onto this whole property, and you come on a weekly basis for now,
Hmm.
just to come hang out and meet
Yeah.
guys and talk.
Yeah.
And so, like overall, let's say 10 years down the road, what do you want to remember most about this place?
The one thing that really comes to mind is just what's really fascinating to me is that it's amazing what real estate has provided me in my life and how much of my entire life, right, generationally, I never could have told you that the same real estate that created my success would be the same real estate that healed me or gave me a place to heal.
Hmm.
Right. So inside these walls is there's magic here. There was a place of healing, a place of peace, a place of, I mean, realistically, that gate represents the day I drew the line in the sand. So every time I come back here, it still gives me goosebumps. I still walk through things. And, you know, the real estate is one thing, the staff and the people that were here were everything.
Yeah,
And
cool.
this is the connection piece, right? We haven't talked much about it. So Mitch, the owner, the painstaking process to convert this house out here in Cave Creek with the neighbors, because the neighbors, when you think about rehab facilities, they're like crackheads and tweakers and
Yeah.
stealing and all the things. And so he had a long road to get here. And part of that journey was because his brother died of alcoholism.
Okay.
And that is one thing. In fact, his bench is over there dedicated. And so that is one of Mitch's biggest passions and purposes. And he's been sober 26 years. And so Mitch is just super solid when it comes down to his dream and his vision. And what really makes this place, though, is the staff. From Janice, who's been here from day one, and then every one of these staff members has a recovery story, right? I remember Trish, I call her Energizer Bunny because she will like run circles around you. She's about 5'1", 100 nothing pounds. But man, when she told me that, I forget how many years she's been clean, I think it's a couple. She used to go through almost 2 handles of vodka a day. And I'm like, wait, that weighs more than you.
Dang.
And it was like, when you hear some of the stories and some of the things, so the fact that the staff all has a story to connect with you, and it's not they all get it, right?
Yeah.
And so you get to talk stories, you get to hear, you get to feel like they feel with you, they feel what you're going through, they know. And I don't think that when you go to a lot of recovery places, are they really staffed with people that have figured it out and are wanting to make that impact as a career at the end of the day. So it's really fascinating to be around all these people and the choices they made to be here and be around it.
Yeah.
And I love them for that. Those were the things.
So if you, or maybe someone's watching this and they're on the cusp of like knowing they need to make a decision, maybe they need to overhaul an area of their life. It could be their business, it could be something in their personal life, it could be an addiction, it could be letting go of something,
Yeah.
It could be knowing they need to start something. And you've gone through that process of going, you use the term white knuckling, but it's like trying to do this on your own. You've tried on your will and power, but ultimately it wasn't until you really chose to kind of just open your hands and surrender and be like, okay, I need to figure out the proper help to figure out this next step of life. What either encouragement or hope would you give to that person?
That question is so important. The encouragement is that you need to seek the proper people to help you through that. And why that's important is that, my first original try at rehab was not good. The day before I ended up here was in a different rehab facility that I realized in 4 hours, this was not going to help me. It was going to hurt me, and I was not going to continue with it out of obligation or what anybody else thought, because I was already committed to going to rehab.
Yeah.
It just wasn't going to be there. And so I ended up here. And so anybody that's looking or you're trying to figure it out, you need to find the right people that are going to give you the right guidance as to where to go, because it's going to make a difference. Because here's the piece. Like, I don't know exactly how to explain it other than in this story. I was referred to another rehab facility, and that was where I paid my money. That was where I was going. In fact, that's where my wife dropped me off. It was the wrong place, and I knew it very quickly. So if you do get some advice from somebody and it doesn't feel right, get the hell out, right? It's okay to change directions. And sometimes we're referred to somebody or from something, it's like, okay, that should be good.
Yeah.
And it's not. And we need to go through the process of like, that's not working, change, right? And so whenever you're looking for a coach or a change or a mentor or something, you have to ask more questions to seek out what you're truly trying to accomplish, so that you do find the right people to put in your corner, rather than just, okay, well, I went to rehab, it didn't work. If I had gone to the other place and it didn't work, what would my feelings be? Rehab doesn't work. But I knew it wasn't going to, because the surrounding that was there was like, I got to get out of here, right?
Yeah. That's good. All right.
Cool.